Jesse,
So
2020's almost over with, bud.
oh, man, I'm actually gonna miss 2021, but you know, whatever.
I don't think it was like a bad year for me personally. I think it was an interesting year, but
I actually like. I get it. We're in a pandemic. Masks suck, but it's like it gave me a break, right? Like it kind of got paid to just like relax and meditate.
same thing with me in college. Like I enjoyed not having to go for a little while and actually just like go to class on my phone. It was great.
I think social media in general. I'm not going to put it on social media. Media in general kind of like got everybody worried because like what was the beginning of 2020. World War III, and everybody's like, "What?"
Yeah, there was a lot of tension.
That literally popped off in the first day,
and it's already coming back. Like today, Trump made a post about Iran.
Yeah, it was like, "Oh, we don't be racist. It's Iran."
I don't care.
That's so white of you.
I do not care.
So American of you.
As long as people know what I'm talking about, I don't give a fuck.
He's right. He's saying it right. It's Iran because I ran away from America.
So, let's recap all the crazy shit we can think about off the top of our heads about this year. World War III, it started out with World War III.
Everybody was so worried. It was the whole, we got that general, and I cannot remember his name, but he died. Mm-hmm. And Iran was mad at some things. So it was the back and forth there. But then that like, meddled out. It was like, they're going to find peaceful ways. And then Iran teamed up with China and Russia. And we haven't talked about it since. Like, it was like, why is nobody scared?
Trump was like, all right, I'll shut the fuck up now.
He's like, I'm chilling. I'm going to back off.
I'm chilling.
And then Australia burned to a crisp. That was like right after. Australia.
Yes.
Bro, we had to send like the world's greatest firefighters. Like
from
the Avengers
everywhere. Like, I know some of the folks from DFW's fire department.
I'm pretty sure Texarkana people went over there.
Yeah,
like,
it was gnarly.
It is like the Avengers of firefighters just all came over.
That's kind of, I've never seen it with another country before, but like with different areas in this country, it happens like that. Because like, if you're a medical worker, anytime there's some kind of disaster here, like when Katrina happened, they pay you stupid fucking money to go down there and work.
But Australia's kind of like almost gone. Like Australia's hurt. Like nobody talks about it, but this was like a crazy. It was like another fire popped up, and then that fire teamed up. There was like no fire to blow out another fire.
No, something that like I haven't heard talked about enough, but like my mom's seeing over at Wadley in the ER, and apparently it's why I can't find a job anywhere, is because the federal government has hired a bunch of nurses under their payroll to go work COVID relief. And they're making like $90 an hour.
Wasn't that the thing that Trump was talking about? He's like, we're not going to listen to CDC and WHO. We're going to do our whole thing. And he like created.
Well, he listens to the CDC to some extent. He didn't want anything to do with the WHO.
But wasn't that the whole thing? Like they made this whole like task force medical field.
Yeah, I just haven't seen it talked about a whole lot because these people are making like $90 an hour.
It was one of the things that kind of faded.
Yeah.
Like he literally said that, and then nobody talked about it no more.
What's happening is the hospitals are giving all these jobs to these federal nurses. Because they don't have to pay them. They're getting paid out of the tax pool. And then there's not positions for nurses. They just want to be staff nurses.
So they don't need to do that. Because that's crazy. The medical field in general is different.
It
is.
It's interesting now because, like, they, I'm officially an RN now. I passed my NCLEX. Like, I have a valid Texas license. Thank you.
The 2020 ended up well for you.
It ended up well. But here's the thing. Is like, they were like, yeah, you'll be able to work anywhere, anytime, whatever. Go do your thing. But what I'm finding now is, like, in different areas, they want me to have completed a residency now, and that didn't used to be a thing for nurses.
Oh, that changed right then.
Yes,
you got caught in the wrong in-between.
I got caught in the in-between. So, like, they only run residencies twice a year. The next one's not until February. So I'm just like,
man,
I got a lead on a job maybe in Greenville.
Oh, okay.
They listed no experience required, so I applied, and one of my friends works there. Yeah, they started her at like $37 an hour. So
Greenville's a nice place.
Yeah,
I actually really like it.
I'll have to explore it more. I've only ever just been passing through it,
It's one of those like city country places. Mm-hmm. I would say TK is more city, but like Greenville has like downtown Greenville is pretty nice. Nobody goes downtown Greenville. Yeah, I actually like it there.
Anyways, enough about my issues.
After
the wildfires,
we can't forget like COVID was happening in 2019.
Yeah, because I was hearing all about it when I was in Colorado, which was December of last year.
The thing is, like in December of 2019. They were locking in, Chinese people were getting locked in their doors. Like, the government was bolting doors, and they had drones to be like, what are you doing outside?
Yeah.
Like, it was a video of this old lady was like, what you, like, whatever they're like, looking at, like, get in the house.
Get in the house right now.
I was just thinking, I was like, do they have a chain gun to that? Like, I just would think, because, like, if you're bolting somebody in the house, I'm thinking you're just on site with the little PS4 controller. Just ready. Get it in there. So we ended, and then in February of 2020.
When were the murder hornets? What happened to them?
That's May.
Okay, that's May.
So in February, no, it was the end of January.
Kobe happened somewhere.
Kobe died.
Yeah, Kobe died.
We lost the GOAT. One of the GOATs.
I was about to say one of the GOATs because you're going to start a whole argument here. I don't have stake in it. It's other people that are going to argue.
He's one of the GOATs, right? And here's the thing. Not even just GOAT basketball. Like, athletes, this is one of the greatest, like, you don't get no better than, like, Kobe being an athlete, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, this man was just, like, crazy good. And he won an Oscar. What?
I had no idea.
He won an Oscar, like, 2 years before. Like, he was just, like, he won a producer Oscar. He started, like...
Oh, okay.
It was something about, like, sports education thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he won that for, like, kids or whatever else. And he was, like... He was doing so much more, and it was wild. He was doing a lot. But it was crazy that, like, he died because, like, the whole helicopter thing, which, research that, helicopter crashes is kind of common over there.
Yeah, it's common in general. Have you, like, not seen the compilations on YouTube of helicopters crashing?
Man, I didn't, see, yeah, I found that during the time. I was like, oh, wow, this just be happening?
Yeah, people would just, like, even way before that, they would just send me comps of helicopters crashing.
I'm not in high school no more. I don't need to watch, like, all the Motherless and Come Get You Some.com.
No, it's not even like that. It's just, it's so crazy every time because of how they work, you know, with the blades and everything. It's never a pretty crash. No, never. It's just
no, it's a terrible, horrible crash.
Yeah.
Maybe people die. It's like, I don't know. It just sucks, right? But going into Black History Month, we lost Kobe.
Yeah.
That hurt.
Yeah,
I'm sure. And then, you know, the liberals was all like, Kobe was a rapist. And it was like, oh, here we go again.
You can't win. He had one of the marks against liberalism. He was a male.
Yeah.
That was it, you know.
Yeah, black doesn't cover it all the way.
No, you got to be like the exact thing. I think to be a perfect person in their eyes, you have to be like a black, female, transgender, lesbian.
Non-conforming. Guy also put non-conforming.
Okay, non-conforming. And then you can do whatever you want after that.
And it's pansexual, not lesbian.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Across the board.
I have trouble keeping up with all the latest terminology.
Everybody does.
And it's not
provocative.
It's not out of spite, because I'll try to follow along, but at a certain point it gets to be too much.
If you don't keep up, it is spite, because that's how they feel. But yeah, so we lost, ended up losing Kobe. Then after that happened, everybody was like, all right, we're going lockdowns. And everybody like, what? And February was just constant talks of, is COVID that serious? Nah, COVID ain't that serious. Is it that serious? Nah, it ain't that serious. That was all February.
You got two dramatic opinions, and it's pretty, like, realistically, it's still the same dramatic two opinions you get.
Yeah.
It's either the worst thing in the world or it's nothing.
Yeah. And so, like, but all February is like, what's going on? Then March, spring break. And kids never came back from spring break.
Yeah.
Nobody came back from spring break.
Nobody came back from spring break.
And everybody's like, oh. And that's where this is where Trump comes into play hard. And he was like, don't worry, guys. It's not a big deal. You'll be back for Easter Sunday. Right? That was the whole spiel, right? Then New York went on lockdown.
Yeah.
Cali followed behind, and everybody got mad at Florida.
Mm-hmm. Oh, because Florida was just living, bro.
They had record numbers of people going to the beach. It was like, it's still cold.
Bro, I was just in Florida, and I didn't see a single mask the whole time.
Bro, Florida don't care.
They don't give a fuck.
Then they started, like, then Texas, they started getting on Texas. And they're like, Texas, you gotta act better. Mm-hmm. They're like, Texas, like, all right, we go act better. We go act better.
But watch your tone, because we're a republic, and we can still separate from this bitch.
So April was like lockdowns and everything else, and then murder hornets.
Not
only murder hornets. May was wild. May and April was wild. Murder hornets, Ebola made a comeback, and something else happened. It was like three crazy things that started popping.
Yeah. Well, this whole year it felt like that. It was
it the end of May was George Floyd.
It might have been.
Black History Month was Ahmaud Arbery.
Yeah.
And then them guys were like, here's the film of it. This proves our innocence. And I'm like, this incriminates you guys even more.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh.
Didn't they get didn't they get put away?
Yeah, they got put away.
Yeah.
But like they were already taken off, and the dude was like, just to make sure. And they showed a video, and it's like, oh, y'all are so guilty.
This is way worse.
This is way worse. Which is crazy.
This is worse than what you said.
You know how disconnected you have to be to incriminate yourself more by thinking that you were doing
and not get it the whole time. To not get it.
And then, so the George Floyd thing happened. Those, what was it, 8-9 minutes on the dude's neck?
Yeah.
You know, I didn't watch it. I thought, like, if you watch it, you were, like, I thought if you watch it, you have some type of disconnect with reality or you're a sociopath. I was like, nobody should ever.
No, I saw, like, the freeze frame caption when people were sharing it on Facebook, but I never bothered to hit play. I was like, I don't need to see this.
I don't need to see it. Yeah, I don't need to see that. I don't need it. Bro.
Because that's, like, I've made that mistake before when I was younger. Like, you know, your buddies send you some video of somewhere in Mexico, someone getting decapitated, and you don't forget that shit.
Yo.
You don't forget it. You know?
Maybe one day we need to talk about those videos because, like, as a kid when I first saw it, I didn't think that. I was like it was just shaking. I'm like, all right, get back up, cut and take. And it was like, no.
No, this is real.
It's real.
This
is
for keeps.
That was wild. But yeah, the whole George Floyd thing and the BLM thing took off. And then Breonna Taylor, and it started being, and then this is where we get to my personal favorite of 2020 art, the riots.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun. They're like, no, it's not. Like, yes, we should have kept it going. We should have just kept it going. Oh, I can't forget. People got $1,200 and unemployment.
Yeah. I never even, like, bothered with unemployment. And because my mom tried to get me on unemployment because she was like, you paid into it, you should take out of it. But I felt like somebody else probably needs that worse than me.
That's the thing about the money. It's infinite.
It's infinite. It's fake.
They literally don't tell you. Yeah, it's all fake. Like, what are you talking about? Who needs more money? We have more money. We can just print.
I'm just not so bad off, you know. Like, I've got resources.
You live in Ashdown with one of the biggest paper mills in the world. You know how we make money? Print. Hit print. How many? You put in a number of how many duplicates you want, and then you hit enter. And then boom, guess what? More money.
No, I get it. I just, like, I didn't want to pull from it. I just didn't.
See, that's too much pride. At first, I didn't think I could get it. Then they were like, yeah, you can get all this stuff. And also, census happened in 2020. I don't know whoever did the census because things was crazy.
I don't know. No,
March was census time, so I don't know.
I know you're supposed to get online and do it yourself, but I never did anything.
Right, but so we got all this crazy stuff. While on the wall, we can't forget the election stuff is going on, and it was old Bloomberg was wild. Cannot forget about wilding out Bloomberg that was just making like a bunch of anti-campaigns just to do it. Then Pocahontas. Can't forget about her. That's Elizabeth Warren.
Yeah.
Trump was wilding with her. Bernie, good old boy Bernie, was doing his thing, but then he stopped because he had to focus on helping people. And then, Uncle Joe sniffing them like the best of them.
Sniffing them. Now, I had a very unpopular opinion about the riots, and I had a lot of arguments with people over that at the time.
The unpopular opinion? You mean you had an opinion that black people had?
Yeah. Well, mine was probably a little more dramatic than what black people had, if I'm being honest.
Well, like, so there's a lot of people like, we shouldn't be like that. And those are the ones that don't know, like, no, we should overthrow change things up, bro. Like, this is how we get things done.
Because, like, what I saw from most black folks, and I'm ignorant as anyone else, but I saw it like, we're hurting, that's why this is happening. But my take was like, burn this motherfucker to the ground, bro.
But see,
it's unsalvageable.
That was the actual next take was like, this is how you get anything done.
Yeah.
And I argued with so many people, and like they were just being dumb, and they were like, well, George Floyd was hot on meth. I don't understand why that's an argument.
No.
George Floyd used to got arrested 5 years ago. What? It was like people
it's such a dumb argument to make, dude. Because like it's not like he set out that day to be like, I'm gonna be the martyr for all these people. Mm-hmm. Like he became the deal because the system made him the deal.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
That was and the whole racist topic, which was funny. Like for me, I felt like I've been calling people out being racist for so long. Like what people are doing now, I've been about this game, bro. I've been talking about it So I just like kick back and like, oh, now we talking about this. And people start messaging me. I never understood what you meant before, but I'm so sorry. Oh, you sorry for being a cunt to me? Okay.
White guilt complex.
Yeah, white guilt start popping up, and then two things was funny. The white people kneeling and apologizing to black people. White guilt, funny. Yeah. The second one was the police officer. The traitors like animals, and everybody's like black people. We're people. You mean like black people are people?
Yeah.
This is unfair.
Ain't it unfortunate when one part of the population teams up and bullies another part of the population?
They were so mad. I thought that was great. Like there was this tripping over it, and like that one My Little Pony dude with the katana in Dallas got wrecked.
Yeah.
And then he apologized. He was like, "Yeah, I shouldn't be chasing people with no like
with weapons. I shouldn't be doing that." God damn, dude! And so many people were like, I shared it and I like just said LOL, all capitals LOL, and they were like, he was a business owner. And I was like, I'm not sure that's true, but even if he is, he brandished a katana.
Oh, he came out.
That's all I'm saying.
He came out. He got wrecked, bro. He thought he was going to go do the whole anime cut and just like cut 5 deal members.
Jesus Christ.
And got this shit rocked.
So the whole summer was pretty much like Riot Central.
Taking and then it turned into taking out statues and all this other stuff. And just like constant race talks and white people getting annoyed with it, which I saw. I literally was seeing the recreation of the South Park episode. Like it was a group saying, if you say the word racist, you're banned. And I was like, but they can say the word?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, it's the nigger guy episode.
It's the nigger.
It's happening. It is. It's literally.
I almost slipped. I'm a little drunk. I'm sorry.
I would have stepped
South Park has ruined me.
Speaking of South Park, Dave Chappelle gave an amazing piece, not even comedy, over it.
Oh yeah.
Remember he did that the 8-minute talk where he did.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And he's like, you don't need to hear from me.
Yeah.
A great talk about that, right? Which was such a great point.
I love how like halfway through that little set, he was like, "Shit ain't funny at all."
I can make pussy jokes. You know, we got a great take from him, and all the while this is going on and everything like that, the untold savior, or he tells it himself, Kanye emerges out of nowhere. Remember, Kanye was quiet, and you don't see nothing out of nowhere. Kanye's like, "I'm about to run for president." It's too late.
Have some expensive shoes.
Right? All the while, Kanye's just like, guess what, guys? I'm even richer than before. And everyone's like, how?
How did you do this?
Right? Because Kanye just popped off because at the beginning of the year, Kanye was like, I'm a billionaire. Like, nobody believes it. And they found out, no, you're even more of a billionaire than what we expected. He literally turned it on. He's like, all right, look it through. And they were like, fine then, Kanye. We'll look through it. And like, oh.
Okay.
Well, actually, way more money than what we expected. And Kanye was like, I'm going to still run. It's going to be the birthday party. Elon Musk is with me. 2 days later, Elon Musk ain't with me.
Yeah. Elon's got space shit to do.
And then Kanye was like, did his first thing in North Carolina with a grill in his mouth, 2020, cut in his head, a bulletproof vest, and started crying. Goat status, bro.
Goat status.
Everybody was like, he's mentally unstable. No, man. You seeing one of the freest black men in our time right now. Ain't nobody do. That's wild. Like, wearing a bulletproof vest and a grill with 2020 cutting his head. You can't. Some clubs, you can't get in dressed like that. And this man said he's running for president.
Well, it's a little sus.
He's a little sus. I mean, he's a black man talking about things. I would put a bulletproof vest on too.
I know, but if I was like at an establishment and I saw some dude walking in with a bulletproof vest, I was like, he's about to shoot the place up. That's what's about to happen.
See, that's the president, man.
That's the president.
All the while, the Kanye thing, the whole BLM thing, and then we can't forget about Anon Rises.
Anon Rises. Remember when they released those court documents about Donald Trump being implicated as a pedophile with Jeffrey Epstein, and then it didn't go anywhere?
It didn't go anywhere.
No.
Then they came out and said Kanye never supported Trump, but he supported Democrats.
Yeah.
And then he donated all this money, and it was like all these crazy things. Mm-hmm. We can't forget about the whole Tom Hanks. He got COVID out of nowhere and moved to Greece.
R.I.P. Where pedophilia is not a crime. It's a
not a crime.
It's a mental disorder.
because a lot of out of nowhere he just got it.
That shit got swept away so fast though. You were expecting to get some big name drop out of the Ghislaine case that was going on, people who were using Jeffrey Epstein's services for peddling children, and then nothing happened. Nothing.
It was just wild. All that popped off. Joe Rogan moved to Texas during the summer.
That's wild.
And so did Elon. Mm-hmm. Both of them moved to Texas.
Because Texas doesn't fuck with you. If you're a business person, they don't fuck with you.
The NBA stopped. Sports stopped.
Yeah.
Wrestling kept going.
Yeah, weirdly enough.
Wrestling kept going.
Even though it's super whack now.
And billionaires got so much richer.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Why did Joel Osteen get so much money?
Because Jesus told him. He prayed for it.
They got a business loan, but that's not supposed to be a business, right? It's supposed to be a church.
I don't know how nonprofits get business loans when you can supposed to get grants. And I don't understand how you can get a government handoff when
for so much.
Yeah. So it's so much. I don't
millions and millions of dollars.
None of that makes sense actually, right?
Yeah.
So we get through all this wild stuff. Breonna Taylor, Free the Cops movement. Convict the cops to kill Breonna Taylor, and then all that was wild.
And none of them got really convicted.
None of them. Then they came back and was this is different from George Floyd. And it was they were openly showing that the boyfriends that were getting arrested, the one that actually did the crime and the one that didn't do the crime, they were both said the police were offering money to blame Breonna.
Yeah.
And we said no.
Well, that's something they've been doing forever.
But it was saying that nobody this wasn't popping off. We're tearing down statues.
No, this is a big deal. And
we're marching.
That movie 13th talked about that. It's a documentary on Netflix about modern slavery and that amendment, the 13th Amendment, how it's worded and how they use it.
You mean how Kanye was the first open person a few years ago to say that, and everybody called him stupid?
Yeah. But anyways, what they were saying was they'll get these kids on petty crimes, and they'll threaten them. They know they don't have a case, but because this kid's ignorant of the law, they'll be like, if you take a guilty plea, I can get you out of here in 5 years versus I'm going to throw the whole book at you and get you in here for life.
Those are the things I was telling you about. Remember when we was making those jokes in Chicago? I was like, bro, if you have a gun on you, if you have a gun on you, they don't even care if you're black or white. They gonna do that because Chicago,
Ooh, and I almost fucked up. We were in Illinois with 2 handguns that were not registered.
And I straight up was just like, bro, I was like, you don't. That's not the spot, bro. And Josh was like, no, I can't. And Josh looked up. Oh wow. Oh, that's not the. I was like,
no, we were just riding through Illinois, and I looked at my buddy I was riding with. I was like, look up the gun laws here, and he was like, don't get pulled over. Just don't.
Yeah, when y'all talked about it, I was like, bro, that's not the spot.
I avoided Illinois like the plague on the way back. I drove down through Tennessee and everywhere.
I was like, yeah, do that. You just do that. And so it's really interesting because gun law, gun places getting sold out, alcohol was getting sold out. One benefit of 2020 is the whole buying alcohol became so much easier in Texas.
Bro, I'm borderline alcoholic at this point. I drink so much. That's all I've been doing is drinking.
I feel like that's a common thing right now. Drinking and smoking is what a lot of people are doing. So hitting down the timeline, there were still places with riots, and then started calming down. The BLM started calming down. Then I guess before we get there, Bernie finally bows out, and now it's Joe Biden.
Which I was so disappointed by. Which I'm not.
And then everybody's like, what are you going to do, Joe Biden? We want to defund the police. He's like, I got Kamala Harris. And everybody's like, Joe Biden, that's literally the opposite of what we want.
Yeah. And it's not even I was excited for Bernie because I'd already moved on from those ideals by that point. It was that even though I would not have voted for him based on the platform he was running on because it's way too far left for me, he felt like a genuine person. This motherfucker stands by his ideals, and I can respect that. But then he was like, I'm endorsing Biden. It's like, oh, so you're just like everyone else. You're just like the rest of them. Okay, gotcha.
And then it came out Biden versus Trump. Trump been wild with the whole, hey, they say disinfectant. What was it, bleach? They say some bleach. 22%.
Yeah. Works. Inject some bleach and it'll fix you right up, man.
It's good. I was like, did this man really just say that? Then he was like, I got this one doctor. She's a black woman. And she was talking about demon sperm, aliens. And everybody's like, what?
Are we on a game show?
Yeah,
it's a game show.
What is going on? right? And like, remember, this was actually like Trump endorsed his doctor.
Yeah. But I mean, I've seen it for a long time. Like, everyone holds being a doctor in such high regard. I know some stupid fucking doctors, bro.
I know Ben Carson's always first in mind to a lot of people.
Yeah. But like, being a doctor doesn't mean you're smart. It means you're a good student.
That's true.
That's all it
That's
does.
very true. So Biden versus Trump came down, and they just started going back and forth.
And I was shocked by the outcome, dude. I know we talked about this on this show before, but I was shocked by it.
But like, I was just trying to tell, like, what happened literally is what I said. I said, yo, point blank is what was going to happen in it, right?
You called it.
I straight up called it. I was like,
I just didn't believe it because Joe Biden is such a boring, uninspiring person.
All he needs is one sniff for you to act right.
No, I'll punch him in the face.
He goes, he grabs your.
I'm on that Killer Mike flow. I will fuck up a politician and face the consequences. I don't care.
Joe Biden, and everybody thought Joe Biden had dementia. Everybody said this about Joe Biden.
I'm still not convinced he doesn't, but
I don't think he does, bro. He seems pretty cognitive to me.
I mean, there are meds now that you can take that like.
He told Trump to shut up during the debate.
Will you shut up, man?
Will you shut up?
If he wanted to get my vote, he should have been like, shut your fucking mouth. Shut your fucking mouth. It would have been the first time Trump's ever heard that in his life, and he needs it so bad.
Trump would have probably replied and says, is this how you're going to act as president? He's just like, you keep talking, I'll sniff you. Like, I just think he should have went on for full sniff jokes, man. Biden should have just, like, went straight in.
He should have went straight in. No, like, I would have so much more respect for a president or a potential president if they were an honest person.
You mean like Trump?
No.
That's how people feel about Trump, though.
No.
But it is.
I know people feel that way about Trump. What I'm saying is, like, speak openly. Like, tell him to shut the fuck up. Speak like Trump, a normal person
low-key does that.
No, he doesn't say that.
He literally mocked a handicapped person.
But that's okay as long as you don't say the dirty words, because the Christians don't like the dirty words. You can make fun of a retarded person.
First off, I thought Bernie was cussing. I swear Bernie said MF and GD and a bastard.
That might be like why I like him so much. I swore as
Bernie,
a person.
especially when you get around Killer Mike, that's when Bernie really cussing, bro.
Yep. You're right. But no, like, I hate this phony pageantry that we all have to maintain for a professional image.
Yeah,
I just hate it.
I'm like, more as time going on, I can't not be I can't be professional anymore. Like, at first, like, I remember, like, I used to wild. It was like Bo Cooper, all this other stuff, and I was like, you know what? Time to get this whole like style of me. Now I'm just wilding, bro.
It's hard to get back into it. Like, the other day, one of my mom's friends were over, and she had like 2 young children or whatever, and they were in the living room playing, and I said, "God damn it," really loud because I dropped something, and they were like, "They're kids," and I was like, "Sorry." I didn't even think about it.
Should have just said, "Fuck them kids."
Fuck them kids.
I'm trying like not to curse and everything else, but it's wild. And like I can't not be me.
Exactly. Like, I'm going to be 100% honest all the time. Like, it's just the thing I'm going to do.
It's getting the point. That's why I don't need money. Like, people think Kanye bad. You don't want to see me with money. Yeah. I'm gonna be wild lean. Like, I don't need
100%.
I don't need this, bro. Like, I just
watch me be 50 Cent if I get rich. Like, Zaylin actually has a tour. I'm just gonna buy all the tickets and not go just to fuck with him.
No, you have to be there. Nobody else.
Just show up.
You sit in like mid court and you just say boom. And you
fuck out of here.
Say some stupid
Nobody
shit
likes metalcore anymore.
Wonderwall.
Nobody likes metalcore anymore.
You got to do some like dumb petty shit. That's how you be rich, bro. That was wild that he did that. That was wild he did that. Was it this year or last year he did that?
I think it was last year. Like, he did, what was it, Ludacris?
No, he did it to Ja Rule.
Okay, Ja Rule. Yeah. Well, Ja Rule's been pretty insignificant for a while, right?
No, his comeback was supposed to be a Fire Fest. And that made him sink down further.
Oh.
Remember?
Oh.
Because he also got sued part of it, too, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Bro, that man taking L's.
Let me open another margarita.
But looking at 2020, I felt one thing that like was kind of mad at me on 2020 is I don't think... Well, you know what? For you, music was probably great. For hip-hop, I really felt music was meh. It was more drama. Hip-hop became more drama than actual music because like 6ix9ine got out of jail.
Yeah.
And like that was like drama. Meg Thee Stallion got shot. That was drama. But like her song was okay. 6ix9ine's whatever. Run the Jewels. okay. Like
It actually made my top 5 this year.
What?
Like statistically, Run the Jewels.
Oh wow, that's good.
Yeah.
Kanye.
I listened to Run the Jewels 4 so many times.
Kanye music was very obscure.
Yeah.
This year, like these tracks that he dropped this year was obscure. The Kid Cudi album was cool. It's not in my top. Yeah.
Oh man, these margaritas are kicking my ass, bro.
Drake dropped something was trash. I'm not enjoying.
I don't know. Music's in a weird spot too because like a lot of the people I listen to is like tour based income, like because the bands I listen to aren't like on MTV or the radio or whatever,
sure.
And so like you can't go to shows and shit like that. Like E-Tid, even my favorite band, Every Time I Die, they've got a whole fucking record done. They had it done at like the start of the year, and it got mastered. And they've only released 3 songs off of it so far because their whole deal is like, we don't want to put this out until we can tour and come see you guys and where you live and
perform it,
celebrate it as a new thing.
I feel like the biggest song, and probably because of 2020, became Jericho's music.
Jericho's music or WAP? Or WAP.
WAP is definitely number 1. All right, there's some whores in this house, and you got to shank Ben Shapiro.
Ben Shapiro did like amazing press.
He did amazing press. He didn't even have to, but he made himself look so much up. I can't take anybody that listens to that man serious. If he doesn't know that vaginas.
Here's what the deal was: is he was trying to be a sarcastic asshole about it, and he just made himself look retarded.
So bad.
That's 100% what it was. He was trying to just be like his snarky normal self, like sounds like she has a yeast infection, and everyone else is like, "Yo, this motherfucker never made his wife's pussy wet."
It hurt him so bad. WAP was that's definitely 2020. I can't think of a bigger song.
No, like that ruled everything this year.
There's some whores in this house.
And I've never even listened to it the whole way through once.
But it was everywhere.
Yeah, it was everywhere. You would hear snippets of it.
And everywhere. It had controversy because everybody was like, women are just being too sexual. And everybody's like, oh, so men can just talk about this shit?
Bro, I've been listening to Deftones for like 15 years. Every song they have is about fucking. It might not be that explicit, but it's pretty explicit, But it's weird how people get whenever it's a woman saying it.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That is really. It's just 2020 is. Oh, can't forget about 2020. They fired Nick Cannon because of a year-old interview he did where he talked about Neanderthals being white savages, and that's in the DNA. And they've fired him.
There's a lot I could say about that right now.
They straight up fired him.
Like, does it not bother him that there's Neanderthal DNA in a lot of black people too?
But he's saying because that's where they have that disconnect. And he was saying it as in like, when you have things like the officer that killed George Floyd and everything else, you still have that big piece with them.
And I'm not going to deny that white people aren't more fucked up and more warlike. I feel it all the time, dude. Anytime I get drunk,
you just want to fight?
I want to fight. It's just a thing,
funny. But, it was the fact that he got fired. Everybody was like, well, maybe black people need to start owning their own media.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody got offended when people said that, but he's like, he's kind of right. Like, we need to own our own media. Because it's like, he didn't say anything worse than what people were saying about black people. Right? No. Even Joe Biden called him in a racial jungle and stuff like that.
What?
In the 90s. You never seen that when he, that whole law thing? That whole 3-strike rule?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, we can't. And Joe Biden quotes, if you don't know who to vote for between me and Trump, you ain't black.
Yeah.
Or the black community.
Amazing.
The black community isn't as welcoming as the Latino community. He also said that.
What is wrong with this man? I know what's wrong with him. He's a politician and he'll say whatever to get over with whoever's in front of at that moment.
I don't know who he was trying to get over with, and I'm offended that he still won because in saying those things. And dominated winning. But, Kamala Harris out there.
See that report today where they found where the dead people voting was? Like, the Republican Party's been claiming that a bunch of dead people voted. They only found, one, and it was for Trump.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Did you see when they first came out the stimulus packages, so many dead people got it?
Yep.
I was like, oh, God. The whole thing is like...
So I want to opt out, dude. I don't want their fucking money.
People were like, Trump got cheated, and it's like every party cheats.
All of them.
It's a thing, man.
All of them.
They've been doing it. Everybody knows this.
I don't know. I feel like if the Libertarian Party was trying to cheat, they would have gotten more than 0.01 or whatever % they got of the vote.
I'm really shocked, Georgia. They did worse this time than Gary Johnson, but I understand the circumstances.
I think a lot of people who were riding hard for Joe were just like freaked out by the possibility of 4 more years of Trump, so they probably ended up voting.
Oh yeah,
for
100%.
Biden. Yeah.
So many people was so scared. Like the whole the machine was like scared of Trump and everything else.
To me, it was you're fucked either way, because Trump is scary, but so is fucking Biden because he's part of the machine.
Could have been part of the 50,000 and voted Kanye.
I could have been.
My highlight is Kanye came out with his foam runners. Everybody said those bionicle space age Crocs, and I'm one of the chosen few that got some. So I'm clearly better than everybody.
I just want to show you the superior shoe real quick.
Oh, you have to prototype.
The superior shoe is the Croc.
So Kanye literally broke down on why his shoe is better.
I don't care.
Scientifically.
I don't care.
Oh, you don't care about science now?
No.
You must have voted for Trump.
No, I voted for Joe Jorgensen, which according to some people means I want medieval feudalism to come back.
Everybody's so done with it. On the top of the votes, Oregon was just like, we decriminalizing drugs. Move here.
Yeah, that's another wild one from this year.
You want to do crack in the street? Well, can you run fast?
Shit, man.
That's
a big step though.
That is. And also the whole medical mushroom psilocybin is great.
Yeah, I'm fully in favor of people using psychedelics and weed. I'm okay with people using whatever they want to, as long as they don't fuck with anybody else. That's the only thing. It's like, we know that like use of meth and coke and shit like that is associated with like robbing people.
Oh, you mean like alcohol?
Yeah, entirely.
I was about to say, alcohol is associated with beating women.
Yeah, it is.
Being naked, raping.
But so is being a police officer.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Defund the police look like it faded.
Dude, I would sell them to Satan for a corn chip. Straight up. They're
policemen got real insecure, and people got real, like, people defended policemen like how we wish we were defending black people.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then everybody was like, it's because they kept us out of church. You're not less of a Christian because you didn't go to church.
If you need a church, I'm just going to go by their rhetoric because, like, obviously I don't believe their rhetoric. But I'm going to go by their rhetoric. If you need to go to church to stay a good person, then Jesus don't live in your heart, bud.
That's facts.
He doesn't.
That is so true. Oh, we can't forget about China was beefing with... Trump was beefing with China. The whole tariffs.
Yeah. Which I'm sure that'll flop back around come first of the year.
Putin started to resign, but nobody's talking about it.
I haven't heard anything about that.
I showed you thing. It was 2 days after, and he said he was sick.
Was it in the band chat?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I mute that motherfucker a lot nowadays.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll be just saying fire, whatever.
Because like it gets to be like 1 a.m. and I'm trying to go to sleep.
That's fair.
And you guys are just pop, 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 pop.
It depends. Josh talks now. It's wild, bro. He's just talking.
A lot of times, honestly, gets on my nerves. I know I shouldn't name drop him.
On record.
On record. Dude, he's such a crybaby. Sorry.
Hey, if you bleep out that one part and says, bleep, gets on my nerves, Bet Zalen thinks it's him.
Probably. Probably, yes. No, that motherfucker be coming in crying about everything, bro. Like, the day he came in about getting into a sticker bush on his jeans and boots.
So funny.
He sent a picture of his boots.
His 2020 was so hard.
Yeah, and they had, like, little stickers all over him. I was like, you were made of bitch, dude.
His 2020 was so hard. Oh.
I hate my wife, so divorce her. But I don't want to. Then shut the fuck up.
You can't. They gotta let them vent. That's why you gotta be the bro. Let people vent. Just like everybody bitches and vents about not America can't travel no more. Do these cool things or wear masks to store. That was also some people that worked out in the service was getting hard because the people would while out not wearing masks, and it was just like you're being childish.
They're still like that too.
It's crazy to me.
But now we've just accepted it in a weird way. Like they're just people who wear masks and don't, and we're just like, all right, whatever.
I want to go back to the gym, but I don't want to get my old mom sick. She kind of old, and I'd feel really bad if I was the cause.
I feel you.
You know?
Shit's sketchy as fuck. I worry about mine all the time because she works in an ER.
Oh, that's true.
She's around it all the time. And she'll be like, I'm going to come home, I'm going to take some tequila shots to get the COVID out of my throat if it's in there, and then she just gets tanked. So it's not about...
Is that a thing? Is tequila the cure?
No. There's been no evidence saying that taking shots of alcohol can get it out of your throat, but she's just using it as an excuse to get tanked. That's what's happening.
You should have been like, yo, bro, you don't have to use the excuse.
No, she's super cool when she's drunk, though.
Just go hard.
I enjoy our conversations whenever she's drunk.
I like that she likes tequila and you like whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. Man, I need more laws loose on alcohol. It was really cool. Mm-hmm. The whole, they'll deliver it to you. I really wasn't tripping over the curbside thing, There was a lot of good food deals. Like, I tried to eat out and support, Walmart helped with doing the whole curbside deal. I mean, I don't like wearing masks, but it wasn't that bad, I don't know. That was, everybody like, this is tripping. I was like, but like Asia, but like, maybe because I'm a weeb and I look at how Asian people act, and I've always seen them wear masks.
Yeah, every flu season Japan has them on. There's a understood thing in their social culture that's like, if you don't wear a mask, you're a fucking asshole. You're a dickhead.
That's just been a thing for them. So I was like, oh, okay, not tripping.
They lived through SARS, which is like COVID 1.0. Mm-hmm. Realistically.
Kanye, one of the first people to talk about SARS. Close your mouth, you got SARS. Kanye quote. Even ahead of the game, nobody gonna listen to that man. Everybody gonna miss him once he gone.
So what was what's been the thing since summer? I can't even keep up anymore.
The presidency. It was a vote. I voted. I participated in my sticker. I don't care about who's.
So that's been the whole thing so far.
I don't care who's the senator or congressman and make these decisions, but I voted against Trump or for Trump. Yeah. And then the Trump parades.
Oh man, the parades.
Oh, then the riots started back because Kenosha, the little kid dude, in Milwaukee.
Gotcha.
Remember that started back riots again, but at the same time they weren't talking about it. But Illinois and Chicago, they were still rioting, which is by Kenosha. And remember I showed you that picture of all the policemen just flexing?
Yeah.
And I went up there, and I was just like, Chicago was just different. And I was like, I don't feel comfortable. And
that was like right before the first episode of the podcast. Remember we were talking about that?
Yeah, that was. Mm-hmm. They were wilding, bro. Like, one police officer just speeding, he almost ran into me. He was like, oh no, keep going. I was just like, and I didn't know he was undercover. I didn't know the police, so I looked at the other police, like, arrest this dude. And I was like, wait. I'm surrounded by police. I was just keep
This
going.
is a good feeling. Right? I feel very safe.
And with like all the windows and businesses were broken into, like they were still wilding out. Mm-hmm. But it was weird. Like there was no police in the hood, and that was like the first time I ever felt like that. I was like, oh wow.
I just don't give a fuck.
Well, it was just like they were protecting the nice areas, right? It's like, oh, well, these people, it's priority. They closed the beach down. It sucked, and some places were closing beaches down. Mm-hmm. COVID, and now like, I don't know. It's real weird. Traveling's weird. You got to quarantine if you're exposed. It's just wild. This year was just really interesting. Everybody's like, oh, this is a terrible year. It's like, yeah, I can't do an event, and that sucked. And I was kind of sad, but then I was like, man, I needed a break. I was going to quit anyway. Yeah. But now I'm like, I can rethink if I want to do this thing. Because I was just burnt out.
And I bet it'll be easier to do it after all this calms down. Because people will be wanting to go out and do shit.
2022, I'm just going to play it safe.
That's when all the shows have been moved back to. I got a notice about a concert I was going to.
Just go to a Jericho show.
Yeah.
He still be having his. He don't care.
I know. No mask,
I'm not a political person, but I support Trump. What? It's weird he did that right after talking to Andrew Yang.
Yeah.
Yang Gang. Can't forget about Yang Gang. That man was talking about some realness. Andrew Yang is a politician to look out for.
They're interesting ideas.
He has some I think he's the closest thing we'll get to a Bernie Sanders. Mm-hmm. Right? Because, like him and Bernie was weird. They're kind of more similar.
Yeah.
In that.
I
thought it was Beto.
He seems more conservative than Bernie, but that's cool to me.
We don't need no Beto O'Rourke. You don't get it. We don't need no Elizabeth Warren. Nope. Mm-hmm. I think Yang Gang, Andrew Yang, because he also got the Dave Chappelle sign off. Mm-hmm. So interesting person. Look out. Man, it's Amazon just made so much money.
they own the market on everything now.
Yeah, and small businesses got crushed even further. Mm-hmm. Elon's now against cryptocurrency. I've been seeing. It's kind of weird. Oh, TikTok almost got banned.
You're right.
Which people was tripping over that. I was like, Trump, you're gonna lose all the millennials. They gonna vote. Make sure you don't ban TikTok. TikTok was so big. It felt like
it still is. I'm like, I don't have the app, but I'm like in groups on Facebook where they post videos from it all the time.
I'll be tired of it, but that was really big. Oh, Among Us, the game was wild. That took over.
Played that shit literally before y'all showed up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It was funny because like you played more than me, and I tried so hard to get you to play at the beginning.
Yeah.
Now you play more.
Now I play a lot more. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy how that took over PlayStation 5 and Xbox. The new Xbox dropped. That was really interesting. Can't forget about there's so many
KFC's
things.
console.
I can't believe that's real.
Me either.
I just wow. 2020 has so many
weird twists and turns.
It's hard to believe what's fake and what's real. And I thought it was crazy when Matthew McConaughey became a teacher on University of Texas. Now he may run for president. Mm-hmm. He's talking about He's like, I can't rule it out now. We can't rule these wild things out. Trump got COVID, recovered like a champion, like your president's supposed to recover.
I'm not convinced he had it.
You don't
I really am not. No, I don't think he did. I think he was just bullshitting to try to make a last minute power play for, the presidency.
Liberals are so dumb they couldn't tell that Kids Lives Matter hashtag was just to take away from Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
And nobody cared because the whole, the Epstein, the Jaleel Maxwell, that's still going on. And she, one of the big European fashion people is getting arrested because she outed a name. You see, if you look at the chat, you would have saw when I shared that.
I know. It's just too much for me sometimes to keep
up with. I share a lot of links, but I stopped. Beginning of the year, it was all a conspiracy. Then I'm like, you know what? You can see a conspiracy without me now.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
I felt like I was before that. Now, everybody just talking about conspiracies. Mm-hmm. It's not even fun no more. I'm like, y'all are ruining this for me. So now I just share, here's some facts going on in the world. We have the Jaleel Maxwell things going on and all her ties to the CIA. Akon got his $2 billion from India, $6 billion from China, building his Akon city in Senegal. It's going to be a futuristic city. He's going to have his own cryptocurrency. Kanye's in talks with Haiti to have his own city. So this is some wild developments that are happening. What else? The Rock bought the XFL.
Yeah, it's just weird.
But XFL just started back and then already ended. And Rock was like, I got you. I was like, Rock, you have Vince McMahon money?
I guess he would.
How rich is this man? The Undertaker retired. I don't care. Everybody knows The Undertaker. That man retiring was a big deal. Oh, man. I'm trying to go over it. There's so many things. So, the LeBron James won and dedicated to Kobe. Big surprise. Big cool. The NBA did a weird bubble, weird everything, and they're starting back their season. I forgot about it. 2020 was supposed to have the Olympics, and that got delayed.
Yeah.
That's actually wild.
Isn't Dragon Ball characters supposed to be the main thing there?
It was so
Pokemon and Dragon Ball?
In Japan, so in America, everything feels segregated in fandoms, right? Mm-hmm. In Japan, it's not, right? You may not be a fan of wrestling, but you know who the hell Okada is.
Yeah.
You may not be a fan of anime, but you know who Pikachu, Goku, you know these things. So you know One Piece, right? Mm-hmm. Anime, watching anime as an adult is not weird. We watch this shit, right? Mm-hmm. So it's more of a merge, Goku and all that, because Okada was supposed to run with the torch or something.
Weird, but I think we should be that way. Mm-hmm.
It was more merging, the big elite people, who they have, were doing things, their pop singers and stuff like that were all doing cool stuff. Mm-hmm. COVID mutated in Europe.
UK particularly.
Yeah, particularly in the UK.
Which I guess they're not Europe anymore because they decided to Brexit this year.
No, they Brexit last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. I couldn't remember exactly when that happened.
I think it was last year. They said Brexit, which is weird, but okay.
We imperialized the whole world, but now we don't want to be a part of the whole world.
Right. Africa really didn't get affected by COVID, but nobody want to talk about it. They just want to talk about how COVID affects the black community.
Yeah.
The vaccine, 2 vaccines came out. We have the lesser one. The Pfizer
Pfizer.
Pfizer. Is it Pfizer?
Yeah.
Spelled weird.
Yeah, the P is
It's apparently not the good one. The good one is the one that Australia and New Zealand and other spots have.
China apparently has one that's like really, really efficient now too.
Is it? Mm-hmm. Okay, so, but we got this one. I don't know why, but we end up having this one, and they were like, "Hey, we'll show a video of a person taking it to ease your minds," and that chick fainted in 2 seconds. I was like, I don't know if you got the most feeble person or this is just terrible.
Some people just faint when they get shots, dude. It's a thing.
But I would have like to ease people's minds. I would have got like.
I wouldn't have put it out. Been like, let's get somebody else right quick.
It was live, I think.
Yeah.
And then you had Bill Gates. Okay, Bill Gates was running things out of nowhere, and that's where the conspiracies popped off.
Yeah.
Right? Bill Gates was just like, we're going to make a vaccine. Everybody like, we don't trust you.
For the record, I get why everyone doesn't trust Pfizer with this vaccine. I get it. They're a shady fucking company. They've always been a shady fucking company.
The fact that you can say that adds that... Not to be an anti-vaccine, but just maybe not that vaccine.
No, it's not that, because like I'll probably take it whenever I start working, you know.
Well, you have to.
Well,
you have to.
I won't have to, but I can refuse that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I have to I have to wear a mask either way, but normally with the flu vaccine, how they do it is like, you can take the flu vaccine or you got to wear a mask the whole time you're at work.
Okay.
But no, just because you're employed somewhere doesn't mean that they have the right to tell you what you can put in your body.
Okay.
You can refuse it. I'll probably take it just because, I figure some protection's better than none.
Yeah.
I'm already on a blood pressure med that puts me at high risk. So,
that's true.
I might as well just take it. But, no, I get why people are skeptical because this has happened really fast. It's happened so fast.
In media, pretty much the movie theater thing, we may be seeing the end of the movie theaters. Mm-hmm. With how now, and a lot of movies are just going to come on HBO now.
I've been anticipating it for a long time because everything's going to streaming.
Yeah. And now they're making movies. A lot of theaters in anime wise. Apparently, Demon Slayer. You can't watch Demon Slayer if you know which site to go on. But it's been out this week.
Oh, okay.
And it's rising up going to be the biggest anime movie to ever drop.
This is going to take over Spirited Away.
I mean, it's number 2 right now, so it's only one. There's only one more person.
Yeah.
Right.
So
There's
crazy.
only one thing.
It's so crazy, dude.
It's really. I was trying to tell you, the hype is real with that one.
And I'm sorry I didn't believe, or not that I didn't believe you guys, but that I drug my feet with watching it because it's so hard for me to sit down and actually get into something new.
I knew you would love it though because it's so story.
It's amazing.
And you're gonna love this movie.
I'm sure I will
because the story, this particular story of what this one goes on is crazy. But yeah, so that's really big for Japan. That's about to just take over. Trying to think media because the movie thing with the whole Disney and Marvel and Disney was like, all right, 2020 we taking some L's, and then came back and was like, we're gonna make a comeback. We're gonna give y'all 11 Star Wars shows, and everybody's like, shit, you had me at 10.
You had me at 10.
So they announced so many shows, movies, them comic book movies and shows. Mm-hmm. Indiana Jones, Harrison Ford is doing a 5th movie. He's doing one more Indiana Jones movie. Why?
Why does the world need that? Is their fandom that big and I just don't know about it?
I think because it's the 4th one was really bad and then they handed it off to Shia LaBeouf. I think he wanted to come back.
Gotcha.
Also, Shia LaBeouf got a chest tattoo. And look hard as hell. Remember that big...
He looks like the most mentally liberated person on Earth.
Him or Kanye?
Yeah, one or the other.
I'm about to say...
He's the most free two people.
Because... I think freedom needs to... you need to sound crazy when you're free.
I mean, you always will.
Yeah.
Because that involves, going against social indoctrination. Mm-hmm.
And that was the thing, you have... And we need to make this an episode talking about between... How do I put it? Wise people... and free people. And I think free people are geniuses and are crazy. Mm-hmm. And I put those, and this is just to give a thing, to separate it. Kanye, Shia LaBeouf, Michael Jackson, Hitler, MLK, Malcolm X, I put those. And everybody's why'd you put all those people? It's they were wild. These are genius, crazy, free people. Wise people, Killer Mike, Dave Chappelle.
Yeah. People who are practical and smart.
Not to say they're not smart, But like genius takes a certain level of intuition and craziness.
Yeah.
And you have to have that drive. And that's why I said the difference in Michael Jackson and Brand New was because if they had that level, they would be better.
If I'm being honest, right here, I like Brand New a lot more than Michael Jackson, just out of my personal preferences, but that's because their albums have spoken to me more.
But that's different, though. That's different. That's different than what your argument is.
Realistically, I was just like real drunk and sad and wallowing in the devil and God, and I was like, this is perfect. This is the best album that's ever been made.
And I agree. Go on, do your thing. Yeah. But if you come in the chat talking shit about Michael Jackson, I'm going to get in your ass.
I wasn't talking shit about Michael Jackson. I never said anything.
Zayla told me. I was like, what's going on here? Zayla, you talking shit about Michael Jackson?
I never said that. I never said anything bad about Michael Jackson once.
It sure got outed like he wasn't.
No, I was just like drunk, loving the album, and I was like, "This is the best album ever made." Period. This is as good as Michael Jackson.
But see, that's the thing. They could come out with the best album, best catalog, and that's still not right because it's a multitude of things.
Yeah, you're Brand New is playing to a very specific audience, which is like sad white people like me. Like that's it. They were the fucking magnum opus of sad white people.
That's funny.
You know,
out of all the sad white people I'm thinking about, I'm like, wow. That's pretty big. That's a pretty big compliment, I think.
No, it is, and it's a good place to end on because we're almost at an hour and we got wrestling to watch.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna assign you up first. I'm gonna take over the reins this time. Okay. Let's see. In the spirit of 2020. You are Kanye West. Mr. West. You have been allowed by Fox, who's running the current debate, to be on the stage with Biden and Trump for the primary elections. Not primary. The main election. Main motherfucker. And Biden and Trump have both just said, you don't have a chance, kid. You don't know shit about this world. You just ain't got a chance. Like, no one even knows who the fuck you are, bro.
Okay.
And this is your, like, closing argument for them.
The closing argument?
Yeah.
Alright, so I know y'all gonna doubt me. Everybody out doubt me. Y'all think y'all the first ones to doubt me? I'm Kanye West. You need to understand something, Trump. You need to understand something, Biden. I'm doing this for the people. I'm doing this for the people. Kanye West is here for the people. And we're going to change some things here. You know what? They doubted me? They said I couldn't be no billionaire. Now I got the biggest shoes in the world. I got some at the back for both of y'all. Y'all keep denying what I can do. All right? And y'all going to wake up and you need to understand I found all the tools to be president. Trump, they denied you in 2000. Now you the president. I'm going to be the president right there. Just like I'm the billionaire, I'm the richest person alive. Right? I am Christian billionaire Kanye West. Right? We're going to change some things. We're going to recreate some schools. We're going to get black people out. Free Bill Cosby. Free him. All right? He didn't do nothing wrong. Y'all need to understand. All right? So me telling you people, it's going to be some changes here. All right? Amen.
I'm not going to lie. That was the most impassioned promo I've ever seen you give on the show so far.
You said impassioned?
Yeah, you were so impassioned about it.
Kanye with it.
You were like channeling that dude. You were channeling that dude.
I don't know how to talk like Kanye. I just know his mannerisms is like, he has a weird like hyper yelling and he's like very sporadic and he talks with his hands. Like, I was like, how does like the Kanye voice? And I almost did. I was like, Kanye wouldn't do it. I almost did it for the funny side. I'm gonna let you finish. I almost did that. I was like,
It would have been great, dude. It would have been great.
I was like, Kanye wouldn't do that now. So like a realistic Kanye, he would say some like out of the pocket type stuff.
Yeah, completely.
Which is like iterate. He talks about himself so much. That's half of the dialogue of everything he said.
Yep, you're right. But give me something to work with.
All right.
Give me something to work with.
Let's see. You are one of Trump's campaign managers.
Oh, God.
And the rest of the campaign people have told you that you have to tell Trump he has to leave the White House.
Oh my god. So I'm a face then.
I mean, I actually leave this up. You can heel turn it. You can face turn it. I leave this so open that you're cutting the promo to get this man out.
Okay. I think I might get a little heel with this one.
Okay. I don't know how else you can do that.
All right, Mr. Trump. It's time to go. They're swearing in Mr. Biden right now. What was that? You ain't leaving. Bro. This is the first time you've ever heard this in your life, but grow the fuck up and take responsibility for your actions. You goddamn lost the election. We've investigated this to goddamn death. We've had committees on this for months. You fucking lost, bro. You're a loser. Try again in 2024 if you want to. I'm going to encourage that you don't because I can't fucking stand you. I can't stand looking at you. I can't stand working for you. I'm only taking this because the pay's pretty decent from the tax pool. I don't get taxed for it, so that's why I'm doing it. But I can't stand looking at you. I'd rather work for somebody else because you are a fucking child. No one ever made you take responsibility for jack shit. You've never worked a day in your life and you don't appreciate anything. Now, are you going to get the fuck out or I'm going to have to make you get the fuck out?
Ooh. Trump looks at you. Wrong.
Wrong. All right. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.